All right, perfect. I'm a day late on this one. I apologize. It's because my Sundays go really long. So I'm going to do my quick day 9, end of day 9 review. 'Cause we're actually all the way through day 10 right now and into day 11. But obviously, like this is essentially over for me right now, but I apologize for those like on the follow through. The reality, though, is Sundays are just kind of the longest day for me, and it got to that point. We're just like what was day 2. I think that was also on a Sunday. Trying to do this thing, and it was after midnight. I was the lowest energy ever. Here's the difference, though. Now, this is the day because I kind of ended up cutting the just lemonade diet, stopped doing the salt water and the tea at the end of day 7 into day 8, so I could start doing the orange juice on day 8. Day 9 ends up becoming the day that I get to do all the broths, right? So that night I was drinking the vegetable broth, and then throughout the day I was able to finally do some other things as far as broth. So I did a bone broth, just some of the packets, the mix. And then I went shopping, so obviously, like what I was craving is a lot of vegetables. I'm looking forward to doing some leafy greens, but not that heavy, dense stuff to start, right? Not just the spinach, but some really light, leafy greens, water based. So I've been able to since really get back on the diet of eating again. It's been so rewarding, really, to like just feel full with smaller portions for the first time in a long time. I did do a final weigh-in, obviously, as well. This is following the broth day, end of day 9 yesterday, where I went into the gym and I've been doing these EVOLT scans. I'll go over these in the conclusion. These are basically full body scans of like optimal high and like where certain levels are at. But here's the difference, and what I'll be able to draw out in the conclusion is basically there's 30-day gap between when I started at the gym and when I, have 2 results here on the EVOLT, and then there's the end result of the cleanse and how drastically different the transformation is between just going to the gym for 30 days and then doing a 10-day cleanse, or a week-long cleanse into 10 days of liquid diet. But this is like a massive transformation. I'm extremely happy that I did it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how everything kind of reacclimates and where my stomach might overreact to anything I've been putting in my system. If there's any indulgence or something that pops up. But nonetheless, being able to go through day 9 just still on the liquid diet, as much as you're starting to crave like solid foods, the difference in not just lemonade, not cayenne, not doing the full cleanse, there's so much more that the body is, I guess, receiving, that even just with those slight changes, the vegetable broth was amazing. The bone broth, I just didn't want to stop drinking. It was just so freaking good. And then last night, this is obviously into day 10 around midnight or so, I was able to go to Denny's and get a sirloin steak, mashed potatoes, and steamed broccoli. And as much as it's more about doing the due diligence in your first meal eating, and I didn't really necessarily intend on it being at a Denny's. I was planning on doing things at home and homemade and all that. But it was just like a situation I ended up in, and I made the best of it. So with all that said, just finally getting that opportunity to really enjoy a meal with another person and enjoy every single bite, every single morsel, not like taking for granted. So smaller bites, a lot heavier, more thorough chewing. It's like kind of the big and most important part of this, right? Because the digestion really does need you to be a lot more active than you might be habitually when you start this, where you're taking bigger bites, not chewing. At least I'm that way. And so it was just smaller portions. It definitely took me longer to get through that full plate, but I finished my full plate. And I was very grateful to how this whole day has felt. Today I'm still been on mostly soft foods. I'm still using orange juice. Made one of those this morning before I had to go a little bit further. The eVolt system was down when I concluded my gym session yesterday. The lowest I got to was 182.2 pounds. There was a little fluctuation on the scale where it like actually hit 182, but nonetheless, the reading was 182.2. And then after having eaten the meal and gone to the gym this morning down south so I could finally get another reading, my final result will be around 183.6 pounds. And that's down from the lowest. There's two readings. One when I started at the gym. This was back in July, early July. So July 1st is really when I started the gym sessions. But I had weighed in at 196.2 the first time I did this on July 9th. And surprisingly, I weighed more by 0.7 pounds, 196.9, and I was trying to curb back from keeping myself from going over 200 throughout this month too. A month later on the 7th of August. So these are the two preliminary readings I'm going off of where my body was at prior to the cleanse, going at the gym. Really, like, bottom is 297 pounds. And I was gaining weight because like there's so much more in the lifting and the muscle mass. My body's not as capable, wasn't as capable of doing the cardio exercises, the core, right? Because the core and carrying that much more weight was harder on my knees. I wasn't as limber. And my goals, anyway, for me is not to go to the gym to get some beefy, big anything. I want to return to what my body actually naturally is, which is lean, slender, running, light on my feet, to get back into real like fluidity, to have that mobility in my nervous system, in my bloodstream, get away from these elbow issues that I had and may still, but there's like a working process here. And I believe the reason why I'm doing this and completed this was so I can kind of see this transformation where we just allow the body to do what the body is intended to do without my choices in the middle, right? Without all the things I want to put in. So 10 days or 7 to 10 days for me, allowing my body just to receive bare essential nutrition and right size itself. In the conclusion, we'll go over all those real massive distinctions in and how that calibrates. And everybody's going to have a different reason why we're motivated to do something like this, a master cleanse. And I can only go over why I chose to do it. But in the day 9, the real return to full nutrition, even though it was still in liquid diet and that massive fall off of weight, still in 2 days going 184.6 down to all 182.2, another 2.4 pounds in those last couple of days. That's really showcasing that the lower the caloric intake and the more we exert ourselves, especially when it comes to water weight, which I'll go over a lot too. And there's like some shifts and things that I did with the lemonade throughout as well. I'd like to go over in the conclusion. But this has been an amazing experience for me, and I definitely encourage anybody to do it. If they are also feeling they just need a reset, whatever it is health-wise, it gives your body an opportunity to really showcase where it should be versus where we put it in our daily habits and choices. But thank you for watching. I'm going to cut out here. I'll do a conclusion video. It'll be uploaded in the meantime or shortly. And again, I just really appreciate those who follow along. I hope that this is helpful in the long run. My energy's right back to square one. I've been eating bananas and steamed up some veggies and even finished up my friend's lasagna from there last night, but just light portions of dairy, introducing really light portions of starches with the potatoes and light portions of carbs, so that I can really kind of just allow my body to start receiving things but not overloading it with one. I even had an unsweetened Cliff like protein bar, unsweetened chocolate, but not like overly indulgent on the sweets. today. Thank you for watching. Peace. We'll go over more in the near future. Bye.